Live in the studio from Sierra Leone by way of London. He was caught in the middle of a civil war in his home country when he was only 6 years old, and rather than joining the fight and perpetuating the problem, Chernor Bah became a vocal peace activist when he was only 15 years old. Chernor, welcome to Notre Dame Day.
Thank you very much. It's such a joy to be here.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
Well, I kind of wear a couple of hats. I am an advocate for girls. So I just joined an institution called the Population Council, and my job is to direct an initiative that tries to respond to the Ebola crisis, especially how it affected adolescent girls. So we know, girls are affected mostly health-wise and education-wise. So I'm looking at a new project. I'm responding to that, but I'm also a global youth advocate for education. I co-founded an organization called A World at School, where we mobilize young people around the world to speak up and stand up for global education. So I do a lot of work with and around the United Nations and speak up for youth rights, for education, and most proudly for girls.
And what prompted you to pursue a degree in peace studies at the Kroc Institute?
As you said, I grew up in war. My childhood was defined by conflicts. I had seen war, but I didn't really understand what really was the inspiration for conflict and all the terror. So after my undergrad, I was looking for a graduate studies program that really combined reflective practice with the academic rigor. And you can't find much better out there than what is offered at Kroc.
And how did that time at the Kroc Institute and here at Notre Dame, how did that time influence your career?
It's had a really remarkable influence on me. First of all, just the mentorship and the education that I got from professors like Scott Appleby, who's going to come on later, John Paul Lederach, the late John Darby. These folks mentored me and helped me really appreciate and understand the world that we live in, the complexities of the world, and gave me the tools to not only deal with those complexities intellectually, but to do something about it. And it's that education, that grounding that has fueled what I do today. My passion for education, to work for a just world, understanding that justice in this world will not be achieved if the full potential of every boy and every girl is not fully realized. So all that grounding and the connection and the contact has been critical to everything that I do today.
And did that change your perspective on conflict and peace at all?
It did, actually, in some ways, because I understood, as I said, I lived war. I could see conflict. But what I didn't understand before Kroc was, what are the factors? What are the complex factors in society? What are the things that you really need to deal with? The strategic thoughts, the role of education, the role of kind of dealing with the marginalized, the young girls that I work for now in Sierra Leone, in countries affected by Ebola. So while I was at Kroc, I was really able to understand that it's not just political powers, it's not just people disgruntled that lead to conflict, but it's really all these other underlying structural violence and deep social issues. And that's been really key to what I do today.
All right, well, thanks for joining us all the way from London, Chernor. Your achievements in the face of adversity are truly inspiring. Thank you.
Thank you.